Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Motordrome Speedway. Tonight's NASCAR Weekly Racing Series action includes the Dodge Dealers 50, a special 50-lap event for the NASCAR Dodge Weekly Series Napa Super Late Models and a giant fireworks display following tonight's races. At this time, we ask that you please rise from your seats. Gentlemen, remove your caps, and if you are moving around the Speedway grounds at this time, we ask that you please pause with us for our opening ceremonies, which include tonight an invocation from Steve Bain and the performing of our national anthem by Emily Gernhardt. And now, will you please bow with us for our invocation? Steve?
Actually, Jared is going to pray, my son. Go ahead.
I hope that the racers always are safe when they're driving their race cars, and hope everyone that's racing in their cars have a good time. Amen.
And please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem. Emily?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jarrett. Now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to go NASCAR racing? Larry Vance in 28, Andy Giles in 05, Victor Keller in the 1, 44 is 13-year-old Mary Catherine Shimko. And the green flag is out, the Advance Auto Parts American Flyers heat race. 5 laps in distance, 3 cars wide into turn number 1. Points leader Dan Jordan in car 32 out in front of this field with the most recent feature winner in second. Jay Matthews in car 7, wheeling to the inside now with recent dirt track feature winner Gary Ankrum hanging on to third. Door to door at the start-finish line. Matthews in the 7 takes over the lead. Although he has 3 feature wins, the leader has only won 1 heat race so far this season, with points leader Jordan in second, Gregory Lynch all the way up to third now in the car that won last season's championship. Keller now moving to the inside of Ankrum, 21 of Ankrum now falling back into the 5th spot. The American Flyers are the entry level of competition at Motordrome, 4-cylinder front-wheel drive passenger cars modified only for safety and competing on street tires, with Jay Matthews leading as we work lap number 3 and a challenge for second. Dan Jordan in car 32 holding on to the runner-up spot as the championship points leader, with last season's championship car now being wheeled by teenager Gregory Lynch, the 16 machine in third. Door-to-door battle for fourth, Giles and Keller door-to-door for second, with Lynch taking the spot as the white flag indicates final lap. Up front, let's hear it, Mopar fans. Dodge Daytona leading a Chevy Cavalier, leading a Buick, with Dodge in fourth as well. And on the final lap, the West Side Lube and Tire number 7. Jay Matthews, last week's feature winner, takes another checkered flag over Gregory Lynch. Random. If that driver goes on to win tonight's 20-lap Subway Street Stock feature, every adult general admission ticket is worth a free 6-inch meatball sub courtesy of Subway. 78 car of Joe Holp tagging the tail of this field. Bill Henry up front with the hammer. Dave Tavermina in 25. Tavermina this season with a feature victory and several heat race wins in car 25. Working the outside lane against last year's most improved driver, Bill Henry in 64. Like they are glued together around the speedway, Tavermina and Henry. Last season, Henry had a heat race victory, but seeks his first feature checkered flag. And Tavermina now, the 4-time heat race winner, out in front from Wilmerding, Pennsylvania. Sean Phillips challenging Henry for second in 31. Sean Phillips in car 31. Last season, almost every one of his starts resulted in a top 5 feature finish, and Phillips moves to the inside of Henry, while points leader Frank Turek in car 5, 3-time champion in 4th, door-to-door with Henry at the scoring line. Sean Phillips is now officially scored in 2nd as we work lap 3 of 8. Turek up to the 3rd spot in 5, but yet to complete the pass. He finally clears Henry's machine down the back straight. Tavermina in the 25 car, many heat race wins this season. Last year, Tavermina had 5 feature victories. And with those 5 victories last year, Tavermina in the 25 car placed 4th in the championship chase. Currently, he is in the 2nd spot in the points race, behind Frank Turek, who is 3rd on the racetrack. Sean Phillips is the runner-up in between the 2 drivers who are currently heading up the Motordrome Subway Street Stock standings. And with 3 laps to go, Tavermina opens up a big lead over Phillips. Turek in 3rd, Henry in 4th. Two laps to go, the signal given to Dave the Hammer Tavermina. Last season, Tavermina won the Subway 25, the biggest event of the season for the Street Stocks. The 2006 winner of the Subway 25 is Frank Turek. He's closing in on Sean Phillips in 2nd. White flag signals final lap for leader Tavermina. Out of turn 4, the 5th heat race win of the season for the Hammer, Dave Tavermina. Rich Nicola. 57 is Andrew Kostelnik. As the green flag waves, another 8-lap Subway Street Stock heat race is underway. Rich Burbage in the 77 with 1 heat race win this season. Gets the early jump on the 69 of Joe Nicola from West Mifflin. 35 car of Ashton on the move. Ashton in 35, holding the 3rd spot, was a feature winner last season and now takes position away from the driver in 4th, Rich Nicola, the former Pure Stock champion. Burbage in 77 typically likes a loose handling race car and never minds dirt tracking the back end of that car out of turn 4. He hangs on to the lead by less than a car length, working lap 2 of 8 with Joe Nicola close in tow in car 69. Chevrolet versus Ford. Burbage in the Monte Carlo number 77. Nicola in the Ford Thunderbird number 69. contact made in the lead battle, contact made in the battle for third. Ashton drifts up the speedway in 35, allows Nicola and Kostelnik in. Meanwhile, the new leader of lap number 4 will be Joe Nicola in 69, taking position from Rich Burbage. Four laps remaining now, and Burbage in the 77 car does a little slide maneuver out of turn 2, loses a couple more car lengths to Nicola out in front. Joe Nicola from West Mifflin, 4-time heat race winner, 4-time feature winner out in front. Burbage of Newcastle, PA rides in second. In third, it's Rich Nicola, the 34 car from Pittsburgh. Andrew Kostelnik, and now Ashton trying to battle back from that contact. He was sent up 2 grooves on the racetrack from the front bumper of the Nicola 34. And now Ashton battles his way back to the inside of Andrew Kostelnik with 2 laps remaining. This time the white flag signals final lap to Joe Nicola with a healthy lead now over Rich Burbage and Rich Nicola. Burbage in 77 separating the nephew and the uncle on the racetrack, Nicola Racing family. Behind them, door to door for the 4th position, Andrew Kostelnik and Ashton in 35. And out of turn 4, Joe Nicola with his 5th heat race win of the season. Greg Kelly, the late model rookie. Row 2, Tom Beck and Todd Price. Then it's Brandon Mans, Mitchell, and Jimmy Weller as the green flag waves for this 10-lap late model preliminary. 10 laps the distance for the Napa NASCAR Super Late Model Heat Races, and the veteran Gary Wiltrout gets the jump on the rookie. Kelly in second and has Tommy Beck quickly challenging. Beck in the 91, former modified winner here at the Speedway with many late model victories as well. Beck won a modified feature just about 4 weeks ago and takes the 2nd position away from Kelly. In 4th, Brandon Mans in car 15, right in the thick of the championship hunt this season as a 3rd-year late model driver. This first of 3 10-lap late model heats led by Gary Wiltrout with Tom Beck in 2nd. Greg Kelly 3rd, Brandon Mans 4th, Richard Mitchell 5th and challenging. Battle for 4th on the racetrack finds the points leader Mitchell, and 3rd in the standings Mans, door to door entering turn number 3. Chevrolet on the inside, Ford on the outside. Mitchell gets the 4th position, working lap number 4 of 10. Leader is Gary Wiltrout, the former track champion and 2005 winner of the Napa 100. Tom Beck in 2nd, who won the biggest modified race in the history of Motordrome Speedway as a teenager in 1996. With the crossed flags in the air indicating halfway through this heat race, Richard Mitchell is up to the 3rd position. Greg Kelly, the rookie in the Froggy 98 car, started on the front row and is back in the 4th position right now with Brandon Mans challenging in car 15. Wheel-to-wheel racing in the battle for the runner-up position, Richard Mitchell in 22, taking the spot away from Tom Beck in the 91. Mitchell, the leading feature winner in the NASCAR Super Late Models this season. Running out of laps in pursuit of Gary Wiltrout in the 95 car up front. With 2 laps to go, drivers running 1st and 2nd on the Speedway are former track champions. Gary Wiltrout in front, Richard Mitchell 2nd, Tom Beck in 3rd, then Brandon Mans now up to 4th. White flag in the air for Wiltrout. in turns 3 and turn 4. Headed for the checkered flag, a 4th heat race victory this season for Gary Wiltrout. Finishing from Glenshaw, then the 18 of Chad Hemphill. Another 10-lap heat race for the Napa NASCAR Super Late Models, preparing for tonight's Dodge Dealers 50. Up front, Kyle Martell in the 59, many-time Jennerstown Speedway feature winner, and rookie Chris Kossel are door-to-door for the lead, with Steve Black watching from 3rd. Chris Kossel hanging right with the many-time Super Late Model winner. Kyle Martell in 59 making his 3rd start of the season here at Motordrome. Many times a winner at Jennerstown, with Chris Kossel, truck division graduate, side by side with him, and Steve Black looking for a way around. Steve Black in the 1 car has traveled this season doing some racing on the Mara Tour. He holds down 3rd over the most recent Mara winner, Will Thomas, who has the most recent Motordrome winner, Bobby Henry, to his outside. 5 cars up front battling for top positions. Contact with Kossel. Steve Black in the 1 car gets into the left rear corner of Kossel's 50 machine, sending the rookie back 2-3 positions now. Kyle Martell, the leader from Lebanon, Pennsylvania. The 50 of Kossel in the outside lane from 1st to 5th in 1 lap. Working lap number 4 of 10. Martell leading Steve Black, with Will Thomas in car 9, close and closing perhaps on the 1 of Black. Thomas this season a winner at Lake Erie, Holland, and Jennerstown. Steve Black maintains the high line of the speedway, still hangs on to 2nd position. Bobby Henry in the 11, now making a 3-car battle for 2nd, behind leader Martell. Will Thomas in the 9, now a fender ahead of Black, and completes the pass for 2nd on lap 6. Sharpsville's Will Thomas in car 9, and we have a spin in turn 2. Curtis Stewart taking the 55 car for a loop, with Paul Urso in the 37 diving to the apron to avoid contact. And Chris Kossel, as the green flag waves, 4 laps remaining to settle this Dodge Dealers 50 preliminary heat race for the Napa Super Late Models. Challenge for the 3rd spot. Bobby Henry dives to the inside, takes position away from Steve Black. Henry 2nd in the championship points chase here at Motordrome, with 2 outsiders up front. Will Thomas in the 9 moves to the inside, and by inches becomes the new leader over Kyle Martell. And Chris Kossel hard into the wall, turn number 1 in car 50. Chris Kossel, the truck division graduate in the Super Late Model division, making his 1st start tonight. And spinning in turn number 1 with hard contact to the outside retaining wall. 3 laps remaining in this event. New leader is Will Thomas from Sharpsville. 3 laps to go, and the green flag in the air. Will Thomas, Kyle Martell, Bobby Henry, the top 3. Thomas in the 9 car, just like Martell, a legacy car graduate, and now Bobby Henry, the veteran, splits the 2 young drivers. Henry with more than 100 feature wins, combining his dirt and asphalt career, taking up chase of Will Thomas. Thomas in the Colonial Metal Products number 9. Chevrolet Monte Carlo fighting off the Ford Fusion, sponsored by Lint Flooring, Stone and Company. In turn 4, still door-to-door as the white flag waves, final time around the speedway. Will Thomas in the high lane. Bobby Henry to the bottom in car 11. Henry, last week's feature winner, taking the spot away on the final lap from Will Thomas, and for Bobby Henry, a 10th heat race win of the season over Will Thomas. Ready this season? 31, Mark Catone, the former track champ, lining up next to the 44 of Ames as we get set to go 10 laps for the Napa NASCAR Super Late Models Dodge Dealers 50 preliminary event. And at the start, leaders remain door to door through turn number 2. Sean Pilla on the high side from Connellsville. John Komarinsky in the 33 with a recent string of top 5 feature finishes. Glued together out of turn 4, leader of lap 1 will be Komarinsky by an inch. Sean Pilla now wrestles the lead away down the back straight. Pilla taking over the lead from Komarinsky. Third is Catone, the former track champion. In fourth, Mr. Consistency, John Messenger of Clarksburg, West Virginia, the Cochran Auto Body 51 car. Then it's Dave Merrow, the late model rookie in car 69. Sean Pilla, the Nagy Sunoco Gas and Oil number 5 car, holding off popular John Komarinsky. Komarinsky has won in the street stock division, the truck division, and has competed in almost every form of car that exists here at Motordrome Speedway. Komarinsky, the 1997 Pro Stock champion, chasing Sean Pilla in the 5. Pilla has one heat race win already this season, and the crossed flags indicate 5 laps down. 5 laps remaining. Mark Catone in third, falling back and losing ground to the lead duo. Messenger in the 4th spot and Merrow still in 5th as Pilla and Komarinsky pull away from the rest of this heat race field. Although Komarinsky has been very strong in the closing laps of feature racing this season, he has not won a heat race in car 33. Pilla in car 5, a heat race winner on opening night, and then made his way from 28th starting spot to 5th in this year's Penn West Toyota Lift 100. Battle develops for third, Mark Catone in the 31 and the 51 of John Messenger. Messenger hard on the brakes and smokes the left front tire, getting into turn 3, lets Catone run away with third and gives up 4th to Merrow. Messenger is off the pace with a brake problem. John Messenger coming into tonight's racing action, 4th in the championship standings, falls out of this points-paying heat race in car 51. White flag, meanwhile, for Sean Pilla in the 5, still holding off John Komarinsky by less than 2 car lengths. Final time down the back straight. Into turn 3, a last attempt for Komarinsky to make the winning pass. And on the front straight, second heat race win of the season for Sean Pilla in car 5. From Jefferson Hills. 04 is last year's Rookie of the Year, Bob Shipp, and the 68 car is Tom Beck. As we get set to go 8 laps of racing for the Lincoln Welders Modifieds. False start that time, The 7 of Easler getting too much of a jump. Easler in the 7, Panaya in 32 with 1 preliminary win each. Then Tom Knight Sr. and Jim Nicola in the 5 as the green flag waves. Wheel to wheel up front, Easler now gets the lead on a clean start over Panaya. Knight in the 76 closes the outside lane to 2-time champion Jim Nicola in the 5, and Jim's nephew George right underneath him. Panaya dirt tracks the car out of turn 4 and stacks up the whole field. Ben Easler now running away with this heat race as a result of a terrific save by Matt Panaya that forced every driver in the field to back off the hammer. Tom Knight Jr. in the 76 is now up to 2nd. Knight in a rare start this season, grabbed a feature win last year in a partial schedule of racing. Now Knight in the 76 with Nicola in the 5 up to 3rd, wheel-to-wheel battle for 4th. Pole starter Matt Panaya and George Nicola in 97. George so far this season has a heat race win and a feature win. halfway signal given to young Ben Easler, the J. Yerd chassis number 7 car. Easler, the sophomore driver and go-kart champion from Allison Park, way out in front of this one with veteran Tom Knight Jr. in second, and the Nicola family fighting wheel-to-wheel for third spot. In fifth, Tom Beck, who started last in the 68 car, making his way toward the front. 3 laps to go now, and Beck is to the inside of Jim Nicola's number 5. Beck, who got a feature win just about 5 weeks ago in the modified division, is the reigning late model champion at Jennerstown Speedway. George Nicola in 97 now has sole position of third spot and is looking to challenge Knight in the 76. Wheel to wheel entering turn 3. One of last year's biggest winners, George Nicola, taking second spot away from Tom Knight Jr. at the wave of the white flag. Just like Beck, moving up from the rear, Bob Shipp in the 04, and those two drivers play bumper tag on this final circuit. But into turn number 3, the popular young driver seeking a career-first feature win. The go-kart champion, Ben Easler, gets a second heat race win of the season over George Nicola. The 60 is championship points leader Adam Kostelnik from East McKeesport. The 4 is George Thomas. The 01 is Harry Opfer, and we're green and racing. Three wide in turn number 1. And Gary Scott, who last week made all of his passes on the outside of the speedway, makes a move to the inside for the lead, while Bernie McQuillan is into the outside wall in car 45. Pittsburgh's Bernie McQuillan will limp to the pit area so the green flag racing can continue. In second, the Ohio teenager Tom Frank in car 6. Then Kostelnik in the 60 from deep in this field, wheel to wheel with Bo Glemba in the 99, and we have a caution in turn 1. With 1 lap officially completed, Harry Opfer from Bell Vernon spins the 01 car. Opfer with 2 heat race wins this season. He's been very strong with some top 5 feature finishes so far, and those 2 heat race wins with tough luck tonight for Opfer spinning in the 01 car. 1 lap completed. Kostelnik 4th, Giles in 5th as the green flag waves with 7 laps to go. Bo Glemba switches to the outside groove in an attempt to take second position from young Tom Frank, with 2-time track champion Adam Kostelnik watching from the 4th position. Wheel to wheel out of turn 4, and a dead heat for the second position on lap 2. Gary Scott checking out on the field, and now Glemba completes an outside pass of Frank for second. No doubt about it now. Glemba with 2 car lengths advantage over Tom Frank. Adam Kostelnik in 4th, looking to make a pass of the youngster as well. Caution flag for the leader. Gary Scott spins in turn number 2. Most recent feature winner, Gary Scott, second in the championship standings to Kostelnik. Spins all by himself in turn 2 on lap 3. Defending Charger champion as a modified rookie is 5th, and the green flag waves 5 laps to go for Bo Glemba, the leader. Battle for second resumes. A pair of orange race cars finding the 6 of Tom Frank from Ohio and the Viglione Racing 60 of Adam Kostelnik from East McKeesport, PA. Although those 2 cars battling for second look like teammates, Kostelnik's teammate is in fact Tom Beck, who was out in that previous heat race. And Kostelnik, as the points leader, slices the inside lane open to take the runner-up position from Tom Frank. Three laps to go. Leader is Bo Glemba. Glemba 3rd in the championship standings, 1st on the racetrack. Two-time champ Adam Kostelnik is second, Tom Frank third, and Lonnie Hoffman having the best run of his season in fourth in the Froggy 94 machine. Hoffman, a street stock graduate in car 94, driving for Al Civic. And the hometown driver is fourth and may be closing just a little on Tom Frank as the white flag waves for Bo Glemba. Top four drivers spaced out around the speedway. This season, Bo Glemba has 2 feature wins and will now align his heat race total with his second checkered flag of the season in preliminary action for the Lincoln Welders Modifieds. '04 is Jimmy Christoffel, the rookie, and points leader Tracy Keller in car number 1, starting 6th for this 6-lap Yellow Book Charger heat race. Out in front, Rick Broadwater, a winner 2 times last season in that Oldsmobile number 9, as they're 3 wide, maybe 4 wide on the back straight. Oldham in the 5 car having problems coming up to speed, and that leaves the Keller family to fight it out for second behind Broadwater. Rick Broadwater in car 9, holding off the one of Tracy Keller, the 5-time feature winner. Keller, the most recent victor in competition a week ago Friday, challenging to the inside of Broadwater, takes away the lead, and his championship hopes continue to climb. Broadwater into second, then the 11 of Victor Keller is third. The 4 of Mike Lemley, a veteran in this division, challenging the rookie Jimmy Christoffel in 04. Keller with a big lead now over the 9 of Broadwater. Jimmy Christoffel passing the veteran Lemley in the 4 and looking to challenge the 11 of Victor Keller. Two laps to go, and it's a 3-car fight for third behind Broadwater, the 4 of Lemley. Takes his position underneath Christoffel in the 04. He wants the 4th spot back. White flag waving for the points leader, Tracy Keller in 1. Tied with the Jimmy Stokes 95 car for most wins in the features. Tracy Keller becomes the leading heat race winner by taking the checkered flag in car number 1 over Rick Broadwater. Finishing 5th in car Junction Racing, Kevin Ludwig owned number 51 car. Side by side with West Newton, PA's Jimmy Stokes in the 95 as we get set to go green flag racing. 6 laps for the Yellow Book Chargers. Jimmy Stokes in car 95 is tied in the win column with 5 feature victories with points leader Tracy Keller, who just won his heat race. Side by side now, the 51 of Abbott and the 88 of Hunker's Harold Hunt. Abbott in the 51 is seeking his first checkered flag of the season. Harold Hunt in the 88 got a heat race win earlier this season and then damaged the big brown car just a few weeks back. Aaron Minjock in 34 takes that position away. Minjock, a 2-time feature winner. Minjock in 34 using the high line to reel in the 51 of Abbott. Meanwhile, Matt Gardner in the 7 takes away the 4th position from Harold Hunt. Gardner and Minjock in the 7 and 34 cars are both division rookies after graduating from the American Flyer 4-cylinders. Door to door, the division rookies, Gardner in 7, Minjock in 34. Back to 5th now is Hunt in the 88 car, while Jimmy Stokes absolutely obliterates this field out in front. Battle for 3rd, a great run for the 51 of Abbott tonight as he's got the 2-time feature winner Minjock to his outside in the 3rd position fight on the final lap. Gardner has secured the 2nd position. Harold Hunt has secured 5th. The battle is for 3rd, but the leader in turn number 4. On a tear in 2006, another checkered flag for Jimmy Stokes in car 95. Denny Keller, he's making only his 3rd start in this division with Kevin Ludwig in the 55 starting 4th, and there's the green flag, 8 laps for the Advance Auto Parts American Flyers. 3 wide, maybe 4 wide, back to 3 wide, and contact made in turn number 2. Ankrum in the 21 trading paint with the 16 car. Deneen drives away from that scrape, but 21 of Ankrum gets the worst end of it, spinning on the back straight. Ankrum not able to move, and the caution flag will wave for car number 21 on the back straight. Gary Ankrum, who recently got a feature victory at the Farmington Speedway. That Cavalier number 21. Traded paint with Ed Deneen all the way out of turn number 2. Deneen, the defending track champion and 13-time winner last year in the Flyers division. We did get a lap completed officially. Dan Jordan, the leader. 7 laps remaining in the first feature event of the evening on Dodge Dealers Night at Motordrome. Green flag in the air. Jordan in 32, Keller in 1, Giles in 05, and Deneen. Ed Deneen driving car 16 again tonight after handing the steering wheel over to teenager Gregory Lynch for several weeks. He's side by side with Andy Giles and takes away the 3rd position headed into turn 3. Dan Jordan's lead about 3 car lengths over the 1 of Keller and the 16 of Deneen, who started deep in the field, challenging for 2nd to the inside of the 1. Deneen, the defending champ, takes that spot away. It's a Buick leading the field, a Cavalier in 2nd, a Cavalier in 3rd, and a Dodge Shadow in 4th. Now the 16 of Deneen is challenging for the lead to the outside of the 32 of Dan Jordan. They are going door to door in turn number 4, defending champion and current points leader. At the scoring line officially, Ed Deneen is the new leader, and there's contact up front. Deneen and Jordan in the 32 now trading paint. With the championship on the line, Dan Jordan in car 32, and defending champ Ed Deneen trading the stickers, and now it's back to Jordan up front. All of that, race fans, and all they get for winning is a trophy. You talk about racing for love of the sport, there it is at its finest. Dan Jordan of Connellsville and Ed Deneen of Wilkinsburg, still door to door for the lead. On lap 6, Ed Deneen has not yet completely cleared the Dan Jordan 32. He does now in turn 3. Deneen now clearly the leader, and hey, Dodge fans, on Dodge night, look at that Daytona pulling up into 3rd spot, Jay Matthews. Final lap for the Advance Auto Parts American Flyers, our first feature on Dodge night at the races. Leader Ed Deneen, the defending champion, passing 13-year-old Mary Catherine Shimko in the 44, and headed for the checkered flag, Deneen with another victory over Jordan and Matthews. Subway. And the driver of car number 16, Ed Deneen, now in victory lane. Ed, tell us a little bit about how many drivers have steered this machine this year. You've gone from champion to car owner and back to driver. Tell us a little bit about how that seat has rotated this year.
Well, we've had 3 people driving it. Sal's drove it, Gregory's drove it, me, so far this year. But that's about it.
And all 3 of those guys finding victory lane just like yourself. Now, during the course of the week, what do you do to a race car like this to prepare it for action?
Just check it out, make sure everything's okay, look at it, take all whatever you have to do to it, any damage or anything, it's fixed. Just make sure everything's still in place, everything's good, fluids are all good, everything's working fine. That's about it.
It's a great way for fans to move from the grandstand to the speedway with minimal labor effort. Tell us about the sponsors that help to put you in victory lane.
Okay, Antique Auto Appraisals, Advanced Automotive, Engine Express, Lamar Kitchens, Metro Construction. Some of the guys helped us out. So.
Congratulations once again, defending champion, a hard-fought victory for Ed Deneen. 20 laps the distance, Frank Turek, the points leader, chosen as the Subway Challenge driver starting from 4th, and there's the green flag. Door to door in the battle for the lead, Vandergrift's Bill Henry and West Mifflin's Joe Nicola, the 4-time winner. Earlier this season, Henry led Subway Street Stock feature laps, but still seeks his first career victory. He dirt tracks the car, trying to hold off 2 drivers. 3-wide battle for the lead. Nicola to the outside gets squeezed away from the fight. Sean Phillips in 31 to the inside, and the 64 of Bill Henry. New leader as we begin to work lap number 2 is Sean Phillips. Coming into the 2nd position, the Subway Challenge driver Frank Turek in the 5, and a collision at the end of the back straight involves Joe Nicola in 69, as it looked like he might have got locked together with the 25 of Tavermina headed into turn 3. The 69 of Joe Nicola from West Mifflin, Pennsylvania, sliding to a stop at the end of the back straight, headed into turn 3, made contact with the 25 of Tavermina. Nicola in 69 is a 4-time feature winner and currently sits 3rd in the championship point standings. Meatball sub if he goes to victory lane. Bill Henry having a good run in 3rd over Bill Ashton, and Rich Nicola in 5th. Green flag in the air, 18 laps to go. Bumper to bumper, the leaders now, the 31 of Phillips and the 5 of Turek. Very close racing out of turn 4 for the lead, with Bill Henry watching from 3rd. A battle of multi-generational Monte Carlos. Sean Phillips in the 31 racing alongside the 5 of Frank Turek. Out of turn 4 and beginning to work lap number 4, Turek is the new leader. Sean Phillips not giving up easily. The driver of car 31 battles back on the inside. Turek is a 5-time feature winner to lead all others in this division. Sean Phillips seeking his first win and doing a great job of battling back on the champion. Lead battle is still a dandy down the back straight. Meanwhile, just behind the leaders, Dave the Hammer Tavermina moving through the field, passing the 35 of Ashton and just now clearing the 34 of Rich Nicola for 4th spot. Tavermina in car 25 is 2nd in the championship standings, trying to put some space between himself and 5th running Rich Nicola, while Bill Henry in the 64 having a stellar run in 3rd position, the Vandergrift driver who was voted last year's most improved in car 64. Working lap 8 of 20. And the best battle on the speedway is still the one for 4th, with Tavermina in the 25, who advanced from deeper in the field, the 34 of former Pure Stock champion Rich Nicola. Both of those drivers closing in on the 64 of Bill Henry, who's 3rd. Up front, Frank Turek unable to run away from the 31 of Sean Phillips. Halfway, 10 laps down, 10 to go, and Turek, the 3-time track champion, out in front by only 2 to 3 car lengths over Sean Phillips in 31. Phillips, who had so many top 5 finishes last year, looking for another one tonight while the battle for 3rd has heated up in a big way. Bill Henry in 64 to the outside. Tavermina takes that spot away in car 25, working lap 11. Henry now 4th, and Rich Nicola has stopped battling with Tavermina because he has his own hands full with the 35 of Hopwood, Pennsylvania's Bill Ashton. Leaders now moving in on the number 50 car, driven by Victor Keller in the 50. Leaders out of turn 4, beginning to work lap 14. And it's still a fight for the lead. Meanwhile, the battle on the racetrack for 4th has heated up into a 3-car war. 64 of Bill Henry holding off the 34 of Rich Nicola, and the 35 of Ashton right there in the fray. Five laps to go, and the 3-car battle for 4th finds Nicola up into that spot, with Henry falling back, separating Nicola and the 35 of Ashton. We'll turn our attention back to the front for the final 4 laps. Frank Turek has not run away from Sean Phillips. Working lap number 16 now, Phillips looking for a first career win in car 31, within a car length of Frank Turek in the 5. Three laps to go now. Tavermina all by himself in 3rd, with about half a straightaway in front of him and half a straightaway behind him. Lead battle is Frank Turek, the 1998 Rookie of the Year and champion in the same season, who's gone on to claim 2 more track titles. He sees the 2 laps to go signal. Tonight's win could be worth a free 6-inch meatball sub for everybody in attendance if he can complete the final 2 circuits, holding off Sean Phillips, who's faded now by another car length. White flag waving for Frank Turek, with Sean Phillips still close enough to strike. Final circuit for the Subway Street Stock feature on Dodge Dealers Night at Motordrome Speedway. Frank Turek, the leading heat race winner with 8 checkered flags, looking to make it the division-leading 6th feature win of 06. And on the front straight, Turek has claimed the Subway Challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Turek is out of the car. Well, Frank, I have some news for you, buddy. As a result of that feature win, you just won a free 6-inch meatball sub for everybody in the place tonight.
All right, we're finally going to get to eat some meatball hoagies from Subway, and we want to thank Subway for all that.
I know you were probably hoping that I said you clinched your championship mathematically with that win, but I haven't done any math yet. That championship has to be weighing on your mind. Last week, Tracy Keller told us he's driving more conservatively now because he wants a track title. You've got 3 of them already. Are you still using the same driving style?
Oh, we're just going for it. We're going for wins.
Going for wins, that's how the fans like to see it. Talk a little bit about that race tonight. The colder weather from previous week's racing here at Motordrome. Did you have to change the car to account for that?
We had to tighten ours up a little bit tonight. And the 31 car was terrific out there tonight. He was running good. He run me good and clean and hard. I don't know how close he was, but it felt real close.
He was very close, and now a chance to thank your sponsors. And you know, the folks from Westside Lube and Tire, as successful as you've been for them, they're a little bit unhappy with you because those words are on the wrong order on the side of the car. So let's get it right for them here tonight.
We got to talk him into changing the words on their sign because this has been on my car for every championship. We want to thank Westside Lube and Tire, Seacrest, Acme Speedway, and Frank Turek's Heating and Plumbing. I think that's all of them.
Well, congratulations on another win and a Subway gift certificate for the man who claimed the Subway Challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Turek. Kyle Martell to the inside of most recent winner Bobby Henry in the 11, and we get set to go 50 laps of racing. The Napa NASCAR Super Late Models last special event of the season. The Dodge Dealers 50 is underway. NASCAR late model Thunder as Brandon Manns out with the early lead in car 15. 91 of Beck settling into the 2nd position. Then Komarinsky, who knows this track better than anybody. And outside invader Will Thomas in the 9, door to door on lap 2 for the 3rd spot. Thomas in car 9. Mara Series winner and has a good shot at the inaugural Mara Series championship, taking 3rd away from Komarinsky. Just behind them, the 5 of Pilla, holding off Mitchell in 22 and Marrow in 69. They may have made light contact in that battle for 6th behind Sean Pilla. Brandon Manns in the 15 with now about 2 car lengths advantage up front over Tom Beck. Cars then single file back to the battle for the 6th position. Sean Pilla in the 5 and most recent winner Bobby Henry in the 11. A pair of Connellsville, Pennsylvania residents duking it out with Henry taking over the 5th spot in the 11 car. Working lap number 6 of 50, and a battle for 4th position about to develop between the 22 of Richard Mitchell and the 33 of John Komarinsky. Komarinsky has spent recent weeks solidly inside the top 5 in our 35-lap feature events. For tonight's 50-lapper, he's got himself to the outside of championship points leader Richard Mitchell in 22. Just behind Mitchell, his championship rival Bobby Henry in car 11. Both of them taking a position away from Komarinsky. We're working lap number 8. Bobby Henry is into the 5th position. Richard Mitchell up to 4th. Will Thomas in the 9 car is third. Tom Beck in the 91 second. And Brandon Manns leading laps again as he did early this season. And we have a problem in turn number 4. Kyle Martell with a 360 spin avoids contact with anything. Excellent save by the Lebanon, Pennsylvania driver in car 59. It will bring out the caution, but Martell made no contact. Third-year driver jumps on the loud pedal, gets a whole shot start, and Manns pulls away with the lead once again. Challenge is for the 5th position, make that 4th. Richard Mitchell in 22 and Bobby Henry in 11. Motordrome's leading feature winners of the season. As we're working lap number 9, Henry pulled inside the 22 last lap at the end of the back straight. This time Henry remains less than a car length off the rear bumper of Mitchell, who's 4th. Will Thomas in 3rd, Beck in 2nd, Brandon Manns up front, completing the 10th lap of the Dodge Dealers 50. Gary Wiltrout in the 95 car, making a charge around the 33 of John Komarinsky. And while that position swapping takes place at 6th and 7th, it's now a 4-car battle for top 5 positions. Brandon Manns checking out on the rest of the field, but side by side, Will Thomas on the outside, Tom Beck on the inside, Richard Mitchell right there waiting with Bobby Henry nipping at his heels. Nearly 3 wide on lap 12 in the battle for 2nd. Thomas with an outside pass and has now cleared the 91 of Beck for 2nd position. Thomas yet to win at Motordrome Speedway, but with wins all over the region in car number 9 and ASA Touring Experience. In 2nd position behind Brandon Manns. Bobby Henry takes away a position from Richard Mitchell and Tom Beck. Henry in the 3rd position now in car 11 as a 5-time feature winner this season. Mitchell in 22 has also cleared Beck. Brandon Manns the leader with Will Thomas in 2nd, and a battle for 3rd with the leading championship contenders of Motordrome, Henry, then Mitchell. Behind them, door to door, Gary Wiltrout, the man on the march. 95 car. Won his heat race earlier tonight, the first time that that car has started this season at Motordrome. Wiltrout in the top 10 of the championship point standings, but had been driving the Benz Motorsports number 60 car. Wiltrout now finds himself on the scoreboard in 5th on lap 16, taking position away from front row starter Tom Beck in the 91. Battle for 2nd now, Will Thomas with a slight bobble. And sparks coming out the bottom of the 9 car, opening the inside lane for Bobby Henry. Henry capitalizes on that error and takes 2nd position away from Thomas. At the scoring line, a challenge for position headed into turn number 1. Battle for a top 10 spot between Sean Pilla in the 5, taking away the 8th position from the 33 of Komarinsky. In one of the extra distance special events this year, Pilla was the most amazing hard charger from 28th to finish 5th. And working lap number 20, Pilla takes a spot away from the veteran Komarinsky. In turn number 4, the leaders will begin to work lap traffic. The 44 of Mike Ames, the New York driver, pulling to the inside, allowing Brandon Manns to move around. We've got a caution flag. 23 of Weller is slow on the back straight. 23 of Jimmy Weller III, dirt track driver, converting to asphalt as a late model rookie, bringing out the caution as he is slow moving in turn 3. Have won this season at Motordrome. Brandon Manns, the leader, is not one of them as the green flag comes out and Henry slips out of turn 4 in car 11. Thomas makes his way around. Mitchell gets by. Wiltrout challenging now. Henry from the second position as he may have spun the rear tires on the restart out of turn 4, dropping back is the 5-time winner. Manns now all by himself up front with Will Thomas regaining the second position. Mitchell up to third now on lap 21. In the top 5, settling down with 22 of 50 laps completed. Brandon Manns running away at the front of the field in car 15 for what could be a career first win. Very successful truck division racer who did double duty in 2004, racing as a late model rookie in a backup car to track champion Rick Miller to gain his first late model experience. And last season, elevating his entire truck team to the NASCAR Super Late Model Division as a rookie team with a sophomore driver. Now in his third year steering a NASCAR Late Model, he is running away from Will Thomas on lap 24 of the Dodge Dealers 50 with a valiant fight back by Bobby Henry in the 11. Battle is for third with Henry after spinning the rear tires, and we assume heating them up, is still able to keep pace with the top 3 cars. And we got a problem. Jimmy Weller has spun in turn 2 just in front of the leaders. Caution flag. Jimmy Weller, the third, bringing out the caution. This time a spin, as the first time he had just cut a right front tire. Weller, the Hubbard, Ohio driver in 23, bringing out the caution with officially 24 laps completed. And Brandon Manns running away from the field. Thomas in second, Mitchell in third, and Henry trying to battle back from that restart miscue in car 11. 26 laps to go, and again, Manns outdistances the second place car of Thomas. Under the last time a green flag challenge was made, it was Bobby Henry trying to take third spot back from Richard Mitchell. Now Mitchell is challenging Thomas for second as we are at the halfway point of the Dodge Dealers 25. Manns continues to lead. Thomas drifts up a lane and opens the inside for Mitchell in 22. By inches at the scoring line, Mitchell takes over the bridesmaid spot. Officially at the scoring line, Mitchell had a couple inches on the Will Thomas 9 car, but they are still door to door with Bobby Henry, making it a 3-car battle as Brandon Manns drives away from the field. Mitchell now securely in second spot. Henry challenging Thomas and clears the number 9 car for third now down the back straight. Gary Wiltrout in the 95, the next car to fill the rear view mirror of Will Thomas. Brandon Manns leading Richard Mitchell and Bobby Henry. 3 drivers now leading this field are the top 3 in the championship chase. On lap 30, Manns the leader on the racetrack, third in the points battle. Mitchell second on the racetrack, leading the championship chase. Henry in the 11, third on the racetrack, second in the championship standings. Will Thomas fourth, Gary Wiltrout up to fifth, and a battle for sixth now. Into turn number 1, Sean Pilla in the 5. Makes his way beneath the 91 of pole starter Tom Beck. Pilla, whose best run of the season unquestionably came in the 100-lap extra distance special sponsored by Penn West Toyota Lift, and he's climbing again in the mid stages of this Dodge Dealers 50. Up front, the top 3 cars. Becoming closer and closer together, Brandon Mann's lead has been diminished to only a couple car lengths. Ford Taurus out in front of Chevrolet Monte Carlo with Ford in third. Richard Mitchell, the leading winner in the division. The only six-time late model feature winner of 2006, the West Virginian in car 22, pulling to the inside to challenge Brandon Manns. Manns in the 15, hanging on to the lead on lap 34, trying to fight off the veteran. Door to door down the back straight. Henry now a couple car lengths back from this wheel-to-wheel battle, and Brandon Manns has not surrendered. Using the outside lane, he battles back on Mitchell. Mitchell slips back a couple of inches now. He had almost cleared the Brandon Manns 15 car, but Manns has the outside lane figured out this evening. We told you that Manns has been very strong in the closing stages of feature events, and he hangs on to the lead on lap 36. That would have been the checkered flag in a weekly show here at Motordrome Speedway, and Manns has been getting stronger in late race runs, proving that, being door-to-door with the two-time champion who spins from second. Mitchell out of contention in the Dodge Dealers 50 with a spin. Brandon Manns with another terrific restart in car 15. 14 laps to go, and he opens up a 5-car length advantage over Bobby Henry at the wave of the green. Will Thomas in third, Gary Wiltrout fourth, and Sean Pilla up to fifth from deep in this starting field. Working lap 37, Brandon Manns fended off the charge of division points leader Richard Mitchell. Now he has 5-time winner Bobby Henry in the same position, down to the inside and closing into his door panel, wheel to wheel at the start-finish line to work lap 38. Manns holds on to the lead by inches, and Bobby Henry sneaking up in front. Still door to door. Henry now pulling further ahead than Mitchell could, and Brandon Manns is back to second place on lap 39. Henry, the new race leader from Connellsville, Pennsylvania. A battle of Ford-powered race cars with Gary Wiltrout in third and closing quickly after he passed the 9 of Will Thomas. Will this race be a question of tire wear? 10 laps to go, and Bobby Henry, who lost several positions on the racetrack by spinning the rear tires on an early race restart, is leading Brandon Manns by 4 car lengths. Gary Wiltrout third, Will Thomas fourth, and Sean Pilla in fifth, gaining on the 9 car. On lap 42, Henry's advantage continues to grow out front. Brandon Manns in second, Gary Wiltrout third, and a possible battle for 4th position with Sean Pilla, regular competitor here at Motordrome with 2 heat race wins this season in car 5. We told you about his tremendous success in the 100-lap feature back in early summer. Close enough that time to make light bumper contact with the 9 of Thomas in that battle for 4th. In turn 3, Pilla to the inside. And on lap 45, Sean Pilla shows again that he can manage his tires in extra distance races, taking 4th position from the 9 of Will Thomas. About half a straightaway in front of that battle. On lap 46 now, Gary Wiltrout in the 95, maybe closing in slightly on Brandon Manns in the 15 car. laps to go. And the battle for the second spot intensifies. Wiltrout slides the 95 car twice in turn 2. Lets Mans open up a 3 or 4 car length edge in the fight for second position. 2 laps to go. Now the signal for Bobby Henry of Connellsville. The Paula Grudo Motorsports, number 11, sponsored by Lint Flooring, Stone & Company, and Megan Ford. For the veteran of Motordrome dirt track racing, veteran of Motordrome asphalt racing, with more than 100 feature victories in his career, Bobby Henry sees the white flag. In 2004, he won the Napa 100 in a backup car to Neil Brown Racing and headed through lap traffic in turns 3 and 4. Another special event super late model victory for Connellsville's Bobby Henry in car 11. Brandon Mans comes home in second, Gary Wiltrout third, Sean Pilla fourth, and Will Thomas completing the top 5. Ladies and gentlemen, he can hear you now, Bobby Henry. Well, Bobby Henry, we talked to you after a special event victory in 2004 when you won the Napa 100 as a substitute driver in a backup car for Neil Brown Racing. And now here we are, another extra distance special event, and you had some real serious action up in front of you tonight. Tell us about that run.
That was a lot of fun, actually. Got into Richard over there, but actually he ran off the track and got up into the 15 and I had nowhere to go. So that was just good close racing and a lot of fun though, a lot of fun.
It was a heck of a lot of fun to watch. Now tell us about this number 11 car. When you lost several positions on a restart, did you spin the tires? Was it a traction issue or what sent you back in the field early in this race?
I actually thought that I had a left rear tire going down, but early on I didn't want to scrub the tires because it was a longer race and I wanted to get them cool. So I guess I got them too cool, but I guess I did light the tires up a little bit, but man, I was hoping that tire wasn't going down. We'll have to check it, but everything worked out real good.
Did the car handle a little differently for you after that point in the race? Brandon Mans had it on cruise control for early going. You figure he might have had a little bit more tire than you after that point in the race?
Well, it helps. I don't know where he started, but man, when we're coming from 12th, it abuses the tires on this racetrack, and I'm not sure where he started, but he probably had a lot more tire than we got.
Well, you got the job done anyway. Now a chance to thank your sponsors for this special event win on the Dodge 50.
First off, I'd like to thank Tom Clark for putting this show on, and I'd like to thank Megan Ford, Stone & Company, Larry Lint Flooring, Quality Support, Rockwood Retaining Walls, Colton's Restaurant, Courtyard Catering, Bob Mongell Car Care, Daily Courier, Fox's Pizza, and RGE Wireless.
And how many wins is that for you now in your entire career?
That'd be 110, 110.
110th win is a special one for Bobby Henry of Connellsville. Scott, 32, Matt Panaya, 50, Jeff Giles, 9, Rick Huffman, 4, George Thomas, 45 is Bernie McQuillan after heat race damage, and the 0-1 is Harry Opfer. Lincoln Welders Modified 20-lap feature underway, and we're 3 wide at the drop of the green. Bo Glemba nearly sideways on the back straight. 2 cars pass him by. Leader Jim Nicola, 2-time champion. The 7 of young Ben Easler into second spot. Glemba maintains control of that car, and green flag racing continues with 1 lap in the books. Glemba third ahead of the points leader Kostelnik. Now a wheel-to-wheel battle up front. One of the long-time veterans of modified racing is Jim Nicola from Pittsburgh in the 5, and the youngster takes position away. Ben Easler will lead lap number 2. Nicola on the outside of the speedway, dropping back to 4th, maybe 5th, before he will settle into the low side, wheel-to-wheel with Tom Beck now. Beck's teammate Kostelnik is up to 3rd. Glemba in the 99 is 2nd, and they are chasing Ben Easler, the J. Yurt chassis driver, seeking a career first feature victory. Glemba in the 99, a 2-time winner this season. Kostelnik, a two-time champion and points leader in the 60. Just as Glemba was challenging for the lead, he opens the inside lane to Kostelnik. Viglione Racing number 60 car is now the runner-up. Glemba back to third. And Ben Easler up front in car 7. Easler with one heat race victory this season as a sophomore driver, trying to hold off the two-time champion Kostelnik. Easler in the 7, leading with 7 of 20 laps completed. Bumper to bumper with Kostelnik and Bo Glemba in the 99. And the Beck 68 car spins from 4th position in turn number 2 and down the back straight. Tom Beck, a recent feature winner for Viglione Motorsports, has spun to bring out the caution after riding in 4th position on lap 7. Eustace made the conversion last year to modified racing as a rookie, and he's holding off Kostelnik. Green flag waves, 13 laps remaining. Light bumper tag played by the driver in 2nd, with the leader, Ben Easler, in the 7. Glemba right there in 3rd. Glemba also 3rd in the championship standings, as well as 3rd on the racetrack. Easler, your leader in car 7, 9th in the championship chase, coming into tonight's racing action. 3 cars up front, nose to tail, with about a car length separating themselves from... And Kostelnik has a mechanical problem that sends the car sliding. It looked like water from the radiator triggered a multi-car incident. With 60 of Kostelnik, the championship points leader, starting that chaos in turn 4. It looked like the radiator exploded on car number 60. Kostelnik then spinning in his own water and collecting drivers behind him, including the 6 of Tom Frank, the 76 of Tom Knight, the 94 of Lonnie Hoffman, and with serious damage in the outside retaining wall, the 04 of Bob Shipp. 2nd place driver Bo Glemba got a piece of that incident as the 99 heads down pit lane. 99 of Glemba making a pit stop with right front suspension damage after Kostelnik lost water. "12 laps to go. Ben Easler's J. Yerd chassis number 7 leading this event. His mentor is 4th on the racetrack, but he'll have to hold off the 97 of George Nicola. Nicola got a win in the opening portion of the 2006 season, as his uncle Jim Nicola is off the pace and falling back quickly in car 5. Maybe Jim Nicola got a piece of that accident, but continued on as he quickly drops from the top 5, and the lead battle heats up on the front straight. The sophomore driver and the veteran. George Nicola in car number 97. The former street stock division champion, sandwiched between the 16 of Gary Scott and his protege, the leader, Ben Easler in car 7. Last week, Gary Scott was the feature winner, and halfway through this event, he's trying the same outside line that carried him past everyone else last Friday. Gary Scott can make that car handle on the outside, and he's proving it again, trying to take the 2nd spot from George Nicola. Scott completes the pass. Now as the runner-up in car 16, the most recent winner sends George Nicola back to third, and Gary Scott second in the championship points chase and second on the racetrack. Stands to gain considerable ground with points leader Kostelnik in the pits with heavy damage. Ben Easler in the 7 with a 3-car length advantage over his mentor Gary Scott in car 16, who started 12th. All 13 laps of this event, Easler has been out front. And we'll see what happens if Teacher catches the pupil with George Nicola right there in third as a 3-car breakaway from Brian Shipp in fourth and Rick Huffman in the 9, showing in fifth on the scoreboard. An excellent run for the Jefferson Hills driver. Ben Easler in car number 7. On any given week at Motordrome Speedway has more fans wearing his t-shirt than any other driver in the place. And just what he needs is for George Nicola to move inside of Scott and battle. With 5 laps to go, if Scott and the 97 of Nicola will begin to fight for second, Ben Easler could make this one look easy for a first career win. 4 laps to go, and a thrilling finish awaits with Gary Scott on the high side, which worked for him all through last week's feature and the first 3/4 of this one. Wheel to wheel with George Nicola, who hasn't won since early spring. Nicola, one of the biggest winners last season in the modifieds, and they're chasing the sophomore driver, the go-kart champion. In car 7, Ben Easler, his transition to modified racing will be complete if he sees a checkered flag for the first time in his young career tonight. Scott and Nicola still wheel to wheel, allowing Easler to escape with a 2 or 3 car length lead with 2 laps to go. Easler led many laps in a feature event just a few weeks ago, only to find himself clinging to a top 5 finish at the wave of the checkered flag. His first career win could be lurking just around 4 more corners. White flag in the air for Easler, the Allison Park, Pennsylvania resident. A family operation, car number 7. A Peanuts Eustace J. Yerd chassis out in front of the field with a lap car looming in front of the leaders. Nicola pulls to the rear bumper of the 7. Easler looking to make a high side pass around the lapped car of George Thomas. A first career win by inches for Ben Easler. Got to take an in-car photograph, and that gives me a chance to remind you folks, with winter soon approaching, you need to visit the Motordrome gift shop and pick up the DVDs of all the Motordrome racing action and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway action as captured by Jason Stewart, our videographer. Ladies and gentlemen, climbing out of the car for his first victory lane ceremony, Ben Easler. Family here to congratulate this young driver. And the crew chief, a big hug from Peanuts Eustace of J. Yerd Chassis. Your first victory lane celebration. Tell us how this feels.
Feels pretty good. A lot of guys, I don't know how close they were behind me, but I was a little worried there.
It was a thrilling feature to watch, and you had your way from the very start. Did you know who was behind you? Do you take a chance to glance at the scoreboard under cautions to see which veterans are right behind you?
Yeah, I know Adam was behind me for the beginning of the race, and then Gary was up there and George were swapping back and forth. I felt Adam a couple times and was waiting for him, and so he got involved in the wreck in there. So got lucky to get through.
Now tell the race fans, first of all, how old you are and a little bit about your go-kart career that led you into modified racing.
I'm 19. I go to Duquesne University. I raced go-karts for about the past 5 years, mainly racing at Blanket Hill, won a few championships there and a few other tracks raced at. And then we ended up doing this last year.
As a sophomore driver finding victory lane, take an opportunity to thank all your sponsors and crew for preparing this fast race car tonight.
All right, first I want to thank everyone standing up here and my mom in the stands, my dad, my brother, Peanuts for setting up the car, Gary Scott for getting us into it, Dave Primrose, and my grandpa here. and just everyone that helps out in the car helps put this thing together. Harry Ofer, who's not here today, and alternative power sources, GND Auto Body, and JR Chassis, my brother's web service, AirBob Web Design.
Now, I called Gary Scott the driver who mentored your modified career. If it came down to you and Gary Scott side by side to the finish, do you think he might let you get a first career win? Hey, you beat them all and had them covered tonight. What if it comes down to Gary next time?
I don't think he'd give me any way for a win.
Well, you got the first one tonight and did it the hard way. Ben Easler in car 7, finding victory lane. Thank you. Of this season, Oldham seeking his first career win in the division from the pole. And there's the green flag. Yellow Book Chargers 15-lap feature underway. Front row starters racing like a parade lap, and 3 wide behind them, now 3 wide overtaking them. Jimmy Stokes in the 95 coming through traffic. Stokes to the inside of Mike Lemley in the 4. Pole sitter Oldham is shuffled out of the fray, and Tracy Keller from last to second in 1 lap. Car number 1, the championship points leader, Tracy Keller of Mount Pleasant, chasing West Newton's Jimmy Stokes. In just 1 lap, the 2 leading winners in this division are out in front. Stokes from row number 2, Tracy Keller from last to second. Battle for third, the 4 of Mike Lemley and the 9 of Rick Broadwater. Meanwhile, the leaders continue to mix it up. Both Jimmy Stokes and Tracy Keller have 5 feature victories this season. Broadwater in car 9 has taken 3rd spot away from Lemley, and Broadwater pulls away quickly. The 9 car, 2nd in the championship point standings this season, 3rd on the racetrack. Action in the middle of the pack, turn 2, Jimmy Christoffel spins to the inside, gathers it back in. Harold Hunt avoids contact, and the green flag stays out, working lap 5 of 15. Best battle on the speedway now for 4th. Out of turn number 4, front row starter Lemley and Matt Gardner, who also started in the last row with Keller, making the move on lap 6 up into 4th position. Leader Jimmy Stokes in car 95. One of the hardest charging drivers in the Charger division, seeing the cross flags for halfway. Behind him, Tracy Keller, who admitted to racing more conservatively the last couple weeks in pursuit of that track championship title. You have to wonder how conservative Keller is when he goes from last to second in 1 lap. 2 drivers checking out on the rest of the field, leaving a battle for 3rd, a straightaway behind them. Rick Broadwater in the 9 on lap number 9, trying to hold off the 7 of Matt Gardner. Gardner, who passed several cars in this feature, already closing in to battle for a podium spot. With 5 laps to go, Gardner able to reach out and touch the rear bumper of Broadwater. Now dirt tracks the 7 car a little. Loses a couple car lengths on lap 10. out of turn 4. Now side by side. Broadwater in 9, Gardner in 7. Working lap 11, the Oldsmobile to the inside lane, the Chevy Monte Carlo to the outside lane. Although a straightaway back of the leaders, the battle for third is the best race on the speedway right now. Working lap number 12, Gardner in the 7, seeking a career first victory as a division rookie after graduating from the Advanced Auto Parts American Flyers. Rolling to the outside of Rick Broadwater, a two-time winner last season. This time the white flag will wave and the leaders have bunched themselves up. Tracy Keller's going to fight for a victory. Headed into turn 1, the points leader Keller made those bold moves on lap number 1 and he's within a reach of Jimmy Stokes' 95 car. Last time into turn number 3, Keller trying a bonsai move in turn 4. He will not get close enough to fight for the win. Jimmy Stokes is now the leading winner in the Yellow Book Charger division. The battle for third heads out of turn 4. It's going to be determined by inches, and it will be Rick Broadwater by a bumper. Jimmy Stokes in car 95 getting the victory. Remember earlier this year he threatened with retirement to the dismay of all of his race fans. We're going to have a chance to talk with him yet again. Well, Jimmy Stokes, you are once again all by yourself on top of the heap as the leading feature winner in the Yellow Book Chargers after that pesky Tracy Keller tied your win total last week.
Yeah, Tracy's a good guy, man, off the track, on the track. Just he races you clean, and I respect that, and we're pretty good friends, actually, off the track, so good guy.
Were you aware of how close he was to you a couple times during that feature tonight?
Well, I looked over my shoulder, and my pit crew, too, was keeping me informed, but his way he closed in on me so darn quick, you know what I mean? It does scare me because I know he's coming, and he's fast, and I just got to go as best I can. The car handled perfect tonight. And, by the way, I want to dedicate this race tonight to the late Larry Germack. He was a personal friend of mine, and I know he's well missed by a lot of people. And I'll tell you what, he's just a great person, and I can't say enough about him. I know his family and all his friends miss him a whole lot, and I miss him too. So I dedicated this one to Larry Germack, Teddy Bear, as his friends know him as.
And all of us here at Motordrome Speedway echo those thoughts, and now a chance for you to thank your sponsors. And I know there's a group of fans you always mention down here in Victory Lane that you probably want to say hi to again tonight.
Get her done, Larry Lint crew in turn 4. Woo! All right, Hermione Auto Parts, UPMC McKee Sport, Cheer Band Tires, Stan's Transmissions, Cars by Dave, Rick Miller, I love you, Complete Car Care. I miss any? Yeah, and all the fans for coming tonight, thank you very much. It's great just performing for you guys.
The only driver who wouldn't need the microphone for his Victory Lane interviews, the always energetic Jimmy Stokes with another feature win here tonight.
children